My name's John. You're watching me here on YouTube, but I also review gear over on my website that I've been running since 2010, and that website and the URL is called Darko.Audio. So that's Darko.Audio. And I review gear at my home here in Berlin. I used to live in Australia. And I also travel to a lot of audio shows around the world, but mainly the meat and potatoes of what I do is reviewing here at home, where I can control the environment, the gear, and especially the music, because I review gear with music I like. And I realize that might not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's what I think makes me a music-first audiophile, is that I don't tell people what music they should be listening to. I'm not forcing high res down your throat. I'm not forcing vinyl down your throat, even though I enjoy both. And I do this job, and it's a full-time job. I do this job for my own entertainment, but also for your entertainment. I mean, there's a bit of technical information and explanation thrown in, but mainly I'm doing this not to impress other people. I'm just doing this because I'm lucky that I have a job that's fun, and I hope you get something out of it. Sometimes I review very expensive gear, other times very affordable gear. Whatever you can afford, I'm never going to tell you that your choices are wrong or are woefully inadequate. What you like is what you like, just as what I like is what I like. And I have to respect that, just as you have to respect my preferences. So I'm never going to tell anybody that their audio system is garbage. I think this is one of the big failings of the audiophile community, is looking down on others. I embrace anybody who takes an interest in sound quality, even if that just means a very, very humble setup or even a soundbar, as long as they're sitting on their couch or wherever and they're just actively listening. I think being an audiophile isn't just about the gear that you have, but it's about how you interface with that gear, and you might just sit there and listen and really enjoy it, which is what I do. That said, the idea for me that there is an absolute sound is just nonsense. I'm not trying to bring the live experience into my lounge room. I think that recorded music and live music are two very different art forms, and I treat them differently. So when I go to a gig, I enjoy it for what it is. I don't grumble about the sound of the PA or the treble's a little bit too spicy. No, I enjoy it because it's a social activity. Here, being an audiophile at home, that's considerably less social. It's an isolationist pursuit in many ways, but it's about your own personal connection with music without other people around. Very different experiences. I'll never be one to tell people that, oh, you've got that CD, but you really should get that on vinyl. I'm not a format snob. I don't choose an album because it's in high res. I choose the album because that's the album I want to listen to at that time. Music-First Audiophile. So my enjoyment of music doesn't pivot on the sample rate or the bit depth of the audio that's being played. The hardware matters far more. I guess my attitude, my ability to sit and just listen also matters. But I think what matters, not most, but as much as the room, is dynamic range compression. I mean, you can have the worst recording and high-res audio is never going to save it. But then again, I don't really choose an album based upon its dynamic range compression score or anything like that. I just play it because I want to play it, and I enjoy it for what it is. So if it's a crappy recording, I still enjoy it, but I'm just aware of its limitations, but I don't let those limitations ruin my subjective enjoyment of what I'm doing. So music first, hardware second, format third. Talking of subjectivity, I don't do blind listening tests, I don't do measurements, and I would never ask that of you. If you have an experience and you want to share it in the comments section about what you heard, I'm never going to come knocking on your door saying, oh my God, I can't believe you because you didn't do a blind listening test. You hear what you hear because that's how you audition hardware in store. You go there and you listen. You don't take your measurement lab to the hi-fi store and ask to hook it up to two different pieces of gear, because the hi-fi store owner would tell you to... Being an audiophile isn't all about the music. Otherwise we'd be over here just listening to music and not really giving a crap about the hardware we use. Unfortunately we do. At this other extreme are audiophiles who only care about the hardware, and they're not really into music. They'll have 5 albums and they use those albums to enjoy their hardware. That's also fine. I would say I'm somewhere just on the music side of the middle. So my enjoyment of audio hardware is never as great as my enjoyment of music. So like a 60-40 split or a 55-45 if you like. We should always remember that hi-fi is only one part of life. And for me, it will never, ever be more important than the music. Again, I'm not saying it's all about the music, somewhere in the middle. But if somebody asked me to choose the gear or the music, choose the music every time and go back to listening to little white earbuds that you get with your smartphone. So yeah, the music is why we do this. It's why I do this. It puts fuel in the engine of my pursuit of better sound and better gear or a better sounding room or better sounding headphones. But it will always remain the most important ingredient in what I do. I'm not a die-hard audiophile 24/7. I don't live and breathe this stuff all the time. I mean, if my friends come round, sometimes I'll just stream Bluetooth, or they'll want to play music, so I'll go use Bluetooth with this streamer. I also use Bluetooth outside of the house, especially with noise-cancelling headphones, because I think noise-cancelling makes more of a difference than anything else outside the house because it's noisy. So I'm using Bluetooth there, and I'm using Spotify. So I don't just listen to Tidal or Qobuz. I also use Spotify, I use SoundCloud. Very rarely will I use Pandora. I use a whole range of music services, and I'm not somebody who gets hung up about MP3s or lossy audio, because Bluetooth is lossy. So it's a sliding scale, and my commitment to the utmost in sound quality will vary according to time of day or what I'm doing. What's the most important ingredient in any loudspeaker system like this? The answer is the room. It's not the amps or the DACs or anything like that, it's the room. And sometimes the room can be problematic. So I don't just listen to loudspeakers, I also listen to headphones which remove the room. Hi-fi isn't just about sound quality. Looks matter too. I mean, these speakers, these Key 3, are in my lounge room at the moment. I have to look at them every time I sit down in my lounge and drink coffee or even watch TV or even chat with friends. Looks matter. I love these speakers because I love the red, I love the curvature of this front baffle here. So it's not just about the sound quality. Hi-fi is like furniture that makes noise, and we have to look at it and we have to like the look of it. Vinyl fiends will tell you that the vinyl experience isn't just about the sound, it's about the cover, the artwork and all that kind of stuff. Tangibility, aesthetics. It's the same with software apps. How they look and how they feel to use are just as important as what they do. So I am a music-first audiophile. And if you think you are too, please let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, just here. If you like my attitude towards high-end audio and not being swamped by the gear and the technology, then please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, thank you so much for watching.